Hi, this is Monte from Performance, and this week we're back here with our workout of the week. We're going to change things around a little bit. Instead of a workout, we're going to talk more about mobility. People have had the summer off, they've been on vacation, they've been busy with their kids. Now it's time to start thinking about yourself and getting back to the gym. One of the most important things when you walk in the door, instead of just walking in and starting your workout, you need to make sure your body is loosened up, that you're mobile, that you've focused on your core, and that you fix some of the weak links in your body that's preventing you from moving well. Therefore, your performance might not be as good and you might hurt yourself. So mobility is very, very important. It's important to get yourself going. Also this week, I want to let you know I am offering a back to school special. It's for all current members that are not training and all new members coming in the door. What that's going to be is for buying 2 months of personal training with me, I'll give you 2 additional weeks for free. So you get a pretty good deal with that and gets you started. The main reason I'm doing that is 2 reasons. Number one, it holds you accountable because you've got an appointment and you've got to come. So it's helped you get started in coming to the gym. The second thing, instead of waking up thinking, oh, what am I going to do today for a workout? I'm going to design a program based on your goals, what you want to achieve, and your needs, what you need to continue to work on in order to get yourself either more independent or fitter and feeling good about yourself. So that's the 2 benefits of doing the personal training. You got a safe way of coming in and working out, and someone being responsible for creating a program just designed for you. So with that, we're going to start with our mobility. First thing I always do is have a lot of my clients is work on their shoulders. Shoulders are very tight. A lot of us spend time on a computer. We roll our shoulders, so we're going to get those loosened. Grab a PVC pipe. They're all over, upstairs and down. Roll them back and forward. If this is difficult, just come to the point that's sticky and come back down. Your hands can go far apart as they need to go. If this is really simple, bring your hands closer together and make it more difficult. Do about 12 to 15 of those just to start warming yourself up. Next thing we do is focus on our back and our scapula. It's called the scapular push-up. Come over the wall and I'll show it to you. It's a little difficult to see, but we're going to do one hand. So you're up against the wall, your arms out straight, your shoulder blade is tucked back in, you're going to push. So it's out and back, do them on each side. So the reason we do those is because we activate both sides of our scapula. The other reason we do them one-handed instead of 2, like you would do a push-up, is because a lot of times our body will compensate. So for example, for me, my right side is stronger than my left. So when I do bench press downstairs, my right side always goes up faster than my left. And so we want to work on those individually to strengthen those areas. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop to the ground and we do a glute bridge. We're first going to do a 2-layered glute bridge, and then we're going to do a 1-layered glute bridge on the right and on the left. Do about 12 or 10 to 12 of those. So on your glute bridge, what's very important is you want to make sure you activate your core. A lot of us don't. They just drive up and squeeze your butt and you leave this core. You want to make your core tight. Easiest way to do that is put your hands here and feel that. If you don't know how to tighten your core up, catch me, send me an email or message me on Facebook and I'll tell you how to do it. So you're going to drive your core up, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core, come back down. So 12 of those. When you do 12, after 12 of those, you'll do single leg ones. Same theory, drive out of your heel, squeeze your core, squeeze your butt, and back down. Right side, then left side. After you do that, we're going to do some hip circles. So once again, working out our hips, a lot of us spend a lot of time sitting. We need to work on our hips. We need to loosen our hips up. A lot of times I have clients say, oh, I can't squat very well. Well, it's not that they don't have the ability to squat, it's that their hips are so tight they can't pull themselves down into a squat. So we need to spend a lot of time working on loosening these hips up. So get in a 4-point position. You're going to basically make a circle with your hip, with your knee. So you're going to go forward for 10 times, then go backwards for 10 times. Do that on both sides. So forward and back on both sides, 10 different times. After that, we're gonna do a fire hydrant. It's obvious what you see, how I'm doing it, and why they call it a fire hydrant. Some people will do those with a band, and that's great. I'm gonna show you without a band. If you do decide to do it with a band to make it a little harder, wrap the band around your knees, and you're doing a fire hydrant. So a fire hydrant is basically gonna bring your knee out and back down. Try to keep your hips flat. This doesn't do a lot of good if you're rolling yourself over. So try to keep your hips flat. Keep a solid core, solid base, and lift that knee up, opening that hip up. The final thing for our hips is gonna be a wall squat. Wall squats are fantastic. It's how, when I was getting one of my certifications, my squat was not deep enough. Wall squats are what helped open my hips up so that I could get deep enough to pass my certification. Wall squats, simply find any spot on the wall. You can do this at any time. I recommend at least 3 sets in a row of at least 12 reps. So your wall squat, you're up against the wall. If your toes can touch the wall, that's fantastic. Your nose touches the wall, it's even better. Your arms are wide. You don't want to put them together because you don't want to round those shoulders. So your arms out, you pull yourself down to a squat, pause, and come back up. Back down again, pause, and come back up. So you'll be shocked at the difference between the first set and the third set, how much deeper you go. But do those, if you can do those 2 to 3 times a day even, your hips will loosen up so much more, and it'll make squatting, it'll make movements so much easier. Next thing we're gonna go to is called the bird dog. Once again, a bird dog, a lot of people do them, but the problem is they do them really fast and it doesn't benefit them a lot. So once again, we're gonna get back down in this tabletop position. Some things to keep in mind is when your hand comes forward, instead of just coming forward out here, you want it to come forward like you're doing a military press. It wants to come right past your ear and straight out. The leg that's extending backwards, you want to make sure you drive with your heel. So instead of just kicking back like that, drive with your heel. As you're doing that, the arms coming forward, you're creating a cross-body connection. We don't do a lot of stuff cross-body as we get older. As I said last week or 2 weeks ago when we were doing our crawling, babies are fantastic at cross-body stuff because that's how they do things. We stop as we get older, and therefore it becomes more difficult to regain that skill. So it's something we really want to work on. When doing that, make sure you keep your hips very, very flat. You don't want to be tilting them. Pretend you've got a glass of your favorite red wine sitting on your hip. You don't want to spill that wine. So once again, you're driving that heel, driving that palm forward. In doing that, you're squeezing that core. Pretending you've got a wall in front of you and a wall behind you, and you're pushing those walls out. So do about 16 of those, or 8 on each side. The last exercise is going to be called a dead bug. It's going to be kind of in reverse. A dead bug is a core exercise. Some things to keep in mind when doing the dead bug is that you want your knees bent, but when you bend them, you don't want to, when this leg's out, you don't want this knee past 90. Keep this knee out here, so you'll be in a position that's like this. Keep the knee at a 90 and not bring them back. It's a lot more difficult. Also too is make sure you tilt your pelvis, drive that lower back down into the ground. You don't want a big arched lower back, puts lots of pressure on your lower back, and really takes all the focus off your core, which is what we're concerned about. So tilt that pelvis, grab that lower back into the ground, arms are up, legs are at 90 degrees, your head's flat on the ground. You're gonna go opposites, drive the heel and the hand, and then switch, heel and hand. Same thing, do about 16 of those. If those are really simple, make it more difficult, do it with your eyes closed. So all of a sudden it puts a whole new twist on things. You're not going to do them any different, but just try it with your eyes closed. It's a whole lot harder. The final thing we're going to do is we're going to do some activation using a rubber band. So the bands are downstairs. that are upstairs by the turf room, come grab a band. I'm going to show you how to do this. 2 different band exercises. First one is going to be get in that bird dog position. You want a tight core. You want your palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, your arms extended, your scapulus retracted or pulled back. You don't want it hunched forward. And you're going to pull that rubber band back. Keep your core tight. So do 10 on one side, switch, core tight, 10 on the other. Keep that scapula packed back in. Don't let it hunch forward. Keep it pulled back. When you're done with that, we're going to pull the band through. So once again, set up on your all fours, keep your core tight, pull the band through. Come back, pull the band through. Do that on both sides. The final one, just going to move out to the side a little bit, core tight, turned on, back turned on, bring the band back down through. Just like that. So 12 on each side. So that's the mobility exercises. There's tons of them to do. There's ones that are even more specific based on what your area of need is. If you have a question about a certain area of need, make sure you catch me. I'll be glad to go over some mobility exercises with you. One of the things I do is called the functional movement screen. I do that with all my new clients. The reason I do that is I want to find the areas that are the weak links in their body before we start working out real hard, is because I want to fix those weak links and help to get them stronger or more mobile to prevent injury. So once again, remember I've got my back to school special going on. So it's buy 2 months of personal training from me, and I give you 2 weeks free. That's going to go on probably till the end of September. We'll see how it goes at that point. But we'll do that through the end of September. That is for all new clients joining Performance and all current clients that are not training with someone else. So we have that going on. So remember that. Once again, if you like this video, please make sure you hit like. If you hit like, it means you actually like it, then share it with your friends so they can see the video too. Once again, if you have any questions, make sure you catch me at Performance and ask me, or send me an email or message me on Facebook, and I'll be glad to answer them for you. So once again, have a great workout, and I'll see you next week.